Mark Levine, Excel Bradshaw Management Group. So today's topic, we're dealing with bed bugs. And every time I talk about bed bugs, I get a little bit itchy. And I think that's a psychological condition that I have. But dealing with them for so long, that kind of comes up from time to time. So I wanted to talk to you as a tenant. Let's talk to you as a tenant today instead of a board member. And then we'll talk to you about a board member later. But if you think you have bed bugs, the most important thing that you could do is contact your managing agent, or if you're a self-managed building, contact the board and get the ball rolling on an inspection. And we're really trying to prevent spread, because I'll tell you a pure example of, I was taking over a building back in 2009, and about 4 or 5 days before I took over the building, the board that I was about to start for said, oh yeah, by the way, we have an apartment that we don't think has been inspected. The old managing agent hasn't really done anything. We think they have bed bugs, and we're worried about what's going to happen. So before my contract started, I got out there. We had the exterminating company go into the apartment. We were able to get access. And this was about an 80 to 100 unit building. And guess what? Within a month, because we saw that that hadn't been taken care of for quite some time, almost half of the units had some form of infestation. And about $40,000 later, in about 3 months' time, with all the inspections and with the treatments, it was something that spiraled out of control. So the only thing that comes faster than bed bugs are assessments. And if a building isn't prepared, they're going to be hit with a hard dose of reality. So we want to make sure that all tenants have the information that they need in the case of an infestation or a possible infestation. So when you call your managing agent, they're going to set up an inspection. The inspection could be either by dog, or it could be a visual inspection by a trained professional. And each one of those has pluses and minuses. There could be false positives with the dog. You don't know. The dog also may not be in the, totally up to, they are dogs after all. They may not be up to the inspection that day, so you may have to reschedule. If a person does come in and look, they may not find all the instances where a dog would have, because obviously the dogs are trained on the sense of the different chemical properties of the bed bugs, and the regular visual inspectors are not. So if you are found to have bed bugs, we will schedule immediately an extermination of your apartment. In a co-op or in a rental building, the landlord, which is in a co-op, it's a cooperative corporation. In a rental building, the landlord is the owner of the building. They're responsible for the payment of the treatment for the extermination. The tenant, in either case, is responsible for any and all costs associated with the prep, whether it's taking out all of your furniture or cleaning out all of your furniture. Maybe you're taking out everything from the drawers and you're cleaning out the drawers. You're sending certain items for dry cleaning. You're taking certain items down to the laundry room and cleaning them or drying them that way. You got to keep everything in sealed bags, and then keep new bags when you clean everything, so you're not reinfecting everything. It's a whole process. I do have a whole pre-treatment checklist that I'll leave on our website on ebmg.com, and also in the description of this video. So if you do come up positive, what we're going to do from the management standpoint is we're going to go up and downstairs, and then we're going to go side to side, and we're going to inspect all of those 4 apartments to see if any of those also have any indications of a positive infestation of bed bugs. And then as we get positives along the way, we're going to do the same thing down the line, and we're going to try to minimize the spread from that point. One thing that I would not do as a tenant is ever drag any furniture out of your apartment that is not wrapped properly. Don't take any mattresses out of your apartment that aren't wrapped properly. Don't drag them through the hallway into the elevator and then down into the garbage room in the basement, because now you've left everybody that's coming into the building susceptible for a bed bug infestation. There are ways to properly wrap mattresses and put them out for sanitation, and you have to, by law, properly wrap them, or else the building will get a fine. So be careful about that. So I guess the important part of my discussion is as soon as you get any inkling that you may be getting bitten, and not everybody gets bitten or reacts in the same way, is immediately call your managing agent, have them inspect, and if it's positive, have them start the preparation for the treatment. You're going to be responsible for making sure that the interior of your apartment is clean and ready. And most Most exterminators will use a variety of options when they're doing the bedbug treatment, and it could be freezing, it could be steaming, it could be dusting, or a combination thereof. And they'll probably be able to give you different options, and also so that you could maximize the ability of your apartment to be closed off to any future bedbug activity. Just keep in mind that if you are leaving a lease or somebody is subletting an apartment, the one thing that an apartment has to be done under vacating is the owner and the tenant all have to sign both a form, a bedbug disclosure form, and that's a New York City regulation, and that says in the past year you have to mark if there was or if there was not an infestation, and if there was it treated, was it not treated, what apartment lines were shown, what floors they were shown. So anybody coming into the building is going to see a bedbug disclosure form, and they're going to have some sort of an instance. And that's for the last year for a reason, because as we know, I don't know if you know, but I can tell you that if you have, let's say, a vacation house and you're only there once a year, but the bed bugs happen to be there the one time that you were there, they could lay dormant for up to a year without feeding, and they could still survive, and they're happily waiting your return. But in a multifamily building, there's no shortage, and there's no, they don't discriminate. So there's no social class. There's no, if you travel, if you go on the subway, if you go to a friend's house, no matter where you stand in life, they could find you. So I hope that's a helpful tip, and we'll make sure that we don't, create any more havoc for the building and for the tenants than we have to. So if you want to like us on Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/XLBradshaw. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we are at XLBradshaw. You can always email me. I love taking suggestions. I'm at mblevine@ebmg.com. And again, Mark Levine from XL Bradshaw Management Group, hoping to keep you bedbug free. Until next time.